Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome to today's video where I make a newer version of my Blue Sky Studios tribute. So, earlier this year on February 9th, 2021, the Walt Disney Company has shockingly announced that Blue Sky Studios will be shutting down this April, which we're already here, April 2021, and today's April 5th, but I'm kind of starting to believe in seeing that Blue Sky Studios will go defunct soon. So, but yeah, this is gonna be like a newer version of my Blue Sky Studios tribute video, because my first version of my Blue Sky Studios tribute video was kind of, it did get lots of views and comments, and I feel honored for that, and I feel good about that. But it's just some of the comments actually found it funny when I shouted, "Oh my God!" like when my dog Louie was making sudden moves. Yeah, but then I realized that Blue Sky Studios will only shut down and close down for good this April, which we're already here, because I got way too shocked when I first heard about the shocking announcement about Blue Sky Studios going away this month. But here you guys go. This is going to be a newer version of my Blue Sky Studios tribute. Yep. And of course, my two dogs, Murphy and Louie, are out there just playing, so yeah. And of course, it's a little breezy here, but it's still a nice day out here in my area. But it was kind of breezy. But if the breeze happens, excuse the audio for a second. If the wind cuts off the audio, then excuse me for that. But anyway, So Blue Sky Studios is an animation company founded on February 22nd, 1987, and some of the earliest details and some of the earliest facts about Blue Sky Studios is that just like how Pixar Animation Studios used to do, Blue Sky Studios also used to animate commercials. Like it's kind of like how Pixar used to do that. Pixar used to animate commercials before Toy Story began, and Blue Sky Studios used to make commercials back in like the early 80s and the early 90s. But then in 1998, Blue Sky Studios released a short film called Bunny, and which is about an elderly rabbit who is trying to make a cake, but then is bothered by a moth being attracted by the light. But then of course at the very end of the short film, like Bunny ends up going inside the oven which is almost almost like a stairway to heaven where Bunny joins her husband at the end of the short film. So the short film Bunny was a huge success, and it also won the Oscar for Best Animated Short Film in 1998. And of course, it was presented by the characters from A Bug's Life, since A Bug's Life came out the same year as Bunny, 1998. And the success of Bunny gave Blue Sky Studios the opportunity to make movies, starting with the very first Ice Age movie from 2002. And Blue Sky Studios and 20th Century Fox, when they made they made the first Ice Age, and they were worried that Ice Age would bomb at the box office, and it would be a failure. But surprisingly, the first Ice Age movie turned out to be very good. It turned out to be a success for critics, and a success for moviegoers, and a success at the box office as well. And yeah, and of course, Ice Age is about Sid and Manny trying to return a baby to his father, but then of course Diego, on the other hand, he joins them, and yeah, and then but then of course in 2017, I think starting in 2017, the Ice Age 2002 baby has been getting lots of hate memes, like all those hate memes against the Ice Age 2002 baby was like child abuse. It was like an example of child abuse, which is wrong. That's just wrong and messed up. But then after Blue Sky Studios made the first Ice Age in 2005, Blue Sky Studios made their second movie, Robots, which was the very first Blue Sky movie I saw in theaters. Robots stars Ewan McGregor and Robin Williams, Amanda Bynes, and of course you got this blue robot named Rodney, and of course it's pretty much like a movie about robots, and which is hence the title Robots. And then a year later, in 2006, which was 15 years ago, Blue Sky Studios released their first sequel and their third animated feature, Ice Age: The Meltdown. Ice Age: The Meltdown, which is where Sid, Manny, and Diego find out that there's a flood coming, and so they have to find a way to escape the flood. then in 2008, Blue Sky Studios made their fourth animated feature, which is a Dr. Seuss movie starring Jim Carrey and Steve Carell and Carol Burnett and Will Arnett, called Dr. Seuss's Horton Hears a Who. And so Horton Hears a Who was also the only Dr. Seuss movie without Universal's involvement, because 20th Century Fox and Blue Sky Studios made the Jim Carrey Horton Hears a Who. And Horton Hears a Who is based on the popular Dr. Seuss book Horton Hears a Who, and of course Horton Hears a Who was also one of Blue Sky Studios' highest rated films on Rotten Tomatoes. But I think it's also kind of I think Horton Hears a Who is also like probably one of their best movies as well, besides Ice Age and the Peanuts movie. We'll get to that in a few minutes. But then after Horton Hears a Who, you got Ice Age: Dawn of the Dinosaurs, which was the third installment of the Ice Age franchise. Ice Age: Dawn of the Dinosaurs, where all the Ice Age gang they team up with this weasel named Buck, and in order to try and get Sid back. And meanwhile, Scrat, on the other hand, is fighting with a girl squirrel named Scratay over an acorn, and so, yeah. Let's see. And then in 2011, Blue Sky Studios made Rio. Rio starring Jesse Eisenberg, Anne Hathaway, and Rio. And then in 2012, a fourth Ice Age movie was released called Continental Drift, which was also the first Ice Age movie to have Wanda Sykes as Sid's granny. Even though I kind of still prefer Wanda Sykes as Stella the skunk from Over the Hedge, and Wanda Sykes is like one of my favorite actresses, and she's very hilarious. But then so Ice Age Continental Drift, and it's like Ice Age Continental Drift at the beginning of the movie shows Scrat trying to get his acorn while spinning the inner core, because that's the thing with Ice Age, because I think Ice Age is kind of teaching us science, like it kind of feels like something I learned in science class. And excuse me guys, that's just my neighbor's dogs barking. So just ignore them. But anyway, so Ice Age Continental Drift kind of teaches like science, like because it feels like something I learned in science class, where like science where it talks like, do we talk about the inside of the Earth? Yep, it shows like the inner core, the outer core, the mantle, and the crust. I apologize, guys. Those like I said, those are just my neighbor's dogs barking, and Louie's barking at them too. But just ignore them. All right, so after Ice Age Continental Drift, like Blue Sky Studios released another movie called Epic, which I recently watched on Disney Plus, and it's kind of underappreciated when you think about it. Epic is directed by Chris Wedge, and then in 2014 a sequel to Rio was released, Rio 2, and then in 2015, the following year, Blue Sky Studios made a movie based on Charlie Brown called The Peanuts Movie, and the Peanuts movie is definitely one of Blue Sky's best movies, because I love Peanuts ever since I was a kid. I love Charlie Brown, and Charlie Brown's always been my favorite ever since I was a kid, and the Peanuts movie basically has kids in the cast, but Kristen Chenoweth plays Fifi, and Fifi's like basically Snoopy's love interest. And even though Fifi doesn't really talk, Kristen Chenoweth provides the giggling sounds for Fifi. But then in 2016, the following year, 5 years ago, like the same year Zootopia came out, Blue Sky Studios made, once again, another Ice Age movie, which was the fifth installment of the Ice Age franchise, and it was called Ice Age Collision Course, which I heard is considered to be Blue Sky's worst movie, and the worst Ice Age movie out of all of them, because of how stupid it is and how dumb it is for kids, and because it kind of feels like Ice Age Collision Course is basically just something for kids. Yeah. Because now that I think about it, I don't really like Ice Age Collision Course, and I hated Sid's girlfriend, Brooke. Yeah, played by Jessie J. I think Scratay is better. But then the following year in 2017, Blue Sky Studios made a more better movie than Ice Age Collision Course called Ferdinand. And Ferdinand's based on Ferdinand the Bull, and he's played by John Cena. And of course he becomes friends with a goat named Lope, who's played by Kate McKinnon. And I do love Lope. Lope the goat's my favorite character from Ferdinand. But then 2 years later, in 2019, Blue Sky Studios made its last movie. And now that it's officially confirmed, Blue Sky Studios released their last movie on Christmas Day in 2019 called Spies in Disguise. Spies in Disguise, starring Will Smith and Tom Holland and Reba McEntire and Karen Gillan. And so And so Spies in Disguise is basically like a spy, of course, who gets turned into a pigeon. And of course there's also a female pigeon named Lovey, because Lovey's actually the female pigeon that tries to impress, like, you know, the like, you know, Lance, I think that's his name. Yeah. Yes. So sorry if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, but yeah. But yeah, so Spies in Disguise was confirmed to be Blue Sky's last movie, and I think it's also Blue Sky's only movie with the Walt Disney Company's involvement. Even the last Blue Sky Studios movie under the name 20th Century Fox, before Disney took out the Fox part in early 2020 and calling it 20th Century Studios. And then on February 9th, 2021, Blue Sky, the Walt Disney Company announced that Blue Sky Studios will be closing down for good. And keep in mind, it's not really the Walt Disney Company's fault for closing down Blue Sky Studios, because we people need to stop blaming the Walt Disney Company for everything. Because the main reason why the Walt Disney excuse me. The main reason why Blue Sky Studios is closing down for good, like this month, like April 2021, it's because of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, and you know, the ongoing coronavirus pandemic that's been hurting the economy ever since March 2020 last year. And yeah, you would not believe what a nightmare that was last year. 2020 last year was a nightmare. Because of course, the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, and so it has been hurting the economy. It's also been hurting the entertainment industry as well. And you know, the COVID-19 pandemic, the coronavirus pandemic has been ruining our lives for almost a year. Yeah, pretty much a year, because we're already home here. Because we're already in our homes, just socially distancing and keeping our distance away from people we don't know, and we gotta wear our masks out in public and use hand sanitizer. But we're already in 2021, so hopefully things will go back to normal slowly later this year when people get their vaccines, and yeah. But yeah, so I was very shocked when I heard Blue Sky Studios will be going away this month, and yeah, because I really love Blue Sky Studios, because Blue Sky Studios was one of my favorite animation companies. And they did a great job working on the first Ice Age movie from 2002. And Scrat the Squirrel is definitely a hilarious squirrel character who sniffs and screams a lot. Yeah. But yeah, so there you have it, guys. So that's my history on that. That's my very own history in detail about Blue Sky Studios. And with that being said, yeah, rest in peace, Blue Sky Studios. Yeah. We'll always remember Blue Sky Studios, and yeah. So, there you have it, guys. So thanks for watching my newer version of my Blue Sky Studios tribute video. And so that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.